went up with the other live, so I had to do another one. So I hope that people are gonna switch to this live because the other one, like, I don't know why, but I couldn't do a live anymore, so I had to restart and do a new one. So let me see if I can see. That face. So I hope you are all okay. How are you doing? So we got Gary in a pet shop. Here in the UK, axolotls are legal, so you don't need anything special to have them. So Gary was really active earlier and now he's not doing anything. Like he knows. Somehow. Isn't it, Gary? You know. I'm gonna... Oh. So, today we are gonna show Gary's new house. So, you know that he have terracotta pot in his aquarium, but Gary just outgrows them. Like he's, I think, too big for them now. So we had another house custom made for Gary, especially for Gary, and it's all in slate and marble or granite. What is it? Marble?
Granite.
Granite. So granite and slate.
I'm pretty sure it's granite.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't commission it, so.
I did, but I forgot. So when the new house came in, it was like one bit was broken, so we had to fix it. And now it's fixed, but I still have to clean it, and then we'll be able to put it in Gary's tank. So right now it's just the house like out of Gary's tank, and Gary is looking at it like he really wants to go in there, I think. You haven't missed a lot. It's really the beginning of the live, so I'm just gonna wait for everyone to come in, maybe like in 10 minutes, to show you the house. So we are just going to chill with Gary at the same time. You're not late at all, Taco. We just began the live like 3 minutes ago, so you're not late. Gary's being cute as usual, doing his Gary thing. I'm gonna try to put the thing less yellow, but I don't know if it's gonna work. I didn't even know we had like we could put filters in during the live. I didn't knew that. Maybe like this? Hold on. Nah, I'm just gonna go back to normal. It's better. Tell Gary we say hi. People are saying hi to you, Gary. Gary's like, okay. Like right before the live, Gary was really active, and I don't know why. Now that we are live, he's not doing much. Like he knows. Do you know, Gary, that we are live? I think Gary knows the camera. It's okay, you don't have to be in every live. Just come whenever you want to see Gary. Oh, someone from Brazil. Hello. So where are you all from and what time is it at your place? Because here it's 8 p.m. Poland. Canada. Wow, you cycled for 4 months. Oh, her name is Luna Lilac. Oh, that is really cute. 4 months for cycling attempt is insane. I know that ours took 2 months and it was already like really tiring. Oh, you are from Vietnam but living in Texas. Okay. From the Netherlands. Indiana. Oh, coucou Despi. I'm Irish and German. Bye, Gary. Someone from Puerto Rico. It's 4. Oui, Gary a une nouvelle maison. So what are your favorite animes? My favorite is Attack on Titan and Naruto. So I would say like my favorite anime is like Sailor Moon because I grew up with it. It's like I have Sailor Moon things everywhere in the house. But I think right now I'm a lot into Demon Slayers. Like I watched it twice already. Why is the tank lighting yellowish? It's just because we have this kind of lighting. It's not the proper light of the tank. It's, how do you call that? Tinsel? Tinsel? Like the light that we
Just
have.
LED.
Yeah, it's like, it's kind of those light you put in Christmas trees.
Fairy lights.
Yeah, it's that.
Fairy lights.
And I like them, so I put them everywhere. And it's kind of yellowish. But I can like change the color, I guess. Can I change the color?
No, I don't think so.
Really?
Nope. Because these are modes. Look. Oh.
Yeah, it changes color.
Oh. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, this one is less yellow. Okay, just leave the 5.
7, 8.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, no, it's a rave.
So we are gonna let this one because this one is more natural. I didn't knew. So I guess we're gonna leave this one on. Gary is now pink and not yellow. Good. They're going to have a chameleon. I love them. Oh, thank you. Happy Mother's Day for me. Oh, that's really cute. Thank you so much. Yeah, you guys being really good. So you can actually see Gary's like true colors. I didn't. Oh, Gary, no, no nipping the sand. What did I told you? No nipping the sand, Gary. Okay. I'm gonna give you food later. Okay, Gary. Be a bit patient. Is it snowing where you are? It's not. Like it's just really cloudy, but there is no snow. Yours, it's sent you. They would eat whatever whatever fits in their mouth. So now you need to feed Moxie and Minxie tonight. Aww. So I'm gonna show you Gary's house. So Gary's house, the new house, is not in the tank yet because I need to clean it properly before putting it in the tank. So Gary's old house is this terracotta pot, okay, and the new house is like this. So it's really different from what he had before. It's also really big. So he will have a little entrance here and a little window here, and it has a chimney, and there is a bubbler in the chimney, so the chimney is gonna do bubbles. It's gonna be so cute. So I really hope that Gary is gonna like this one. So it was custom made and like all the dimensions and everything, and I actually asked them to do this kind of door because they had another kind of door. It was more roundy and I wanted something bigger because you know that Gary is a chong. So, and they didn't have the window in the previous house, so I asked them to do a window because I know that Gary likes the little window I put in his terracotta pot. So this is Gary's new house. So after I clean it, we're gonna put it in Gary's tank, and I think we are gonna do a video about it. So I really hope that Gary's gonna like his new house. I hope. I can just guess that Gary is gonna go in his house by the window for some reason. The window is big enough for Gary like to go in and out. It's okay. He's a chunky boy, but not that chunky. Does it hurt axolotls if you touch them? So you always have to clean your hands if you want to like not touch your axolotl, but like even just put your hands in your tank. You always have to wash your hands, and it's not gonna like hurt your axolotl if you touch them, but it's gonna hurt the slime coat because the slime coat is really fragile. So you should not handle or touch your axolotl really often. It's not good for them. Oh, I like the Pokemon Wooper too. It really looks like Gary. Gary, where are you going? Gary, come back. Come back, Gary. Come back. Thanks. Oh, I like that we actually found the light to have Gary's true colors. On a scale from A, fine boy, to oh low he coming, low he's coming. How chunky is Gary? I think I think Gary is like in between. He's not that chunky. I call him my chunky boy just because it's really cute, but he's not that chunky. He's fine. But still, he's a bit chunky. A bit. Just a bit. Is mine a boy or a girl, and how to tell? So we can only know the gender of an axolotl after 18 months, because until then they all look like female, but at some point if it's a male they're gonna develop like a big bulge, like you see the oh, no Gary, the bulge on Gary's back bum. It's what we call his balls, even though it's not really his balls, but you know it's a male when they have a big bulge like that here, a large one. When it's a short one, it's a female, and this can develop until 18 months later, so you have to be patient. Gary must be 18 plus to own a house, but poor Gary is like his lifespan is 15 years old, which means he's never gonna have a house if you do that. Yes, Gary's new house is from a house of caves. They were actually really patient with me because I like to have everything like custom and like special for Gary, so I don't even remember how much I paid for it because I actually ordered this before Christmas, like in December, and I had to fix the house for so long and I didn't do it. This is really bad. I'm a really bad mom. I'm sorry. Now I fixed it, and then I have to clean it, and then I'm gonna put it in Gary's tank. How often do you feed Gary? So we feed Gary once every 2 to 3 days. It depends on Gary's appetite, but as you can see, Gary always acts like he's hungry every day, so we have to actually be careful and not feed him every day, because otherwise he's just gonna like eat and eat and eat, and he's gonna like be sick and puke. So it happens twice, so now we are like really careful. Even though your axolotl behave like he or she is really hungry, do not feed them every day, just every 2 days if you can't wait, and if your axolotl looks like he's really hungry, but not every day, because they're gonna get sick of eating too much, because they can't really stop. They're gonna eat as much as they can all the time. So how big are your tank dimensions? So it's 190 liters, which is 50 gallon, and it's 120 large centimeter long. Sorry, 120 long and 45 large and 35 height in centimeters. Yes, Gary have fine sand in his tank. It's really fine sand and smooth. Gary really loves to dig, so I think he would be sad if he didn't have the sand in his tank. He loves to dig so much. He wouldn't like to have no sand and have bare bottom. It's not for him. He would be stressed over not being able to grab something when he walks. And you can actually see the little footprints everywhere on the sand. It's really cute. Is Gary a good boy? Yes, of course he is. Has Gary had a bloodworms? Yes, Gary already had lots of bloodworms, and I already did a live where we were feeding Gary bloodworms, I think. Oh, Cookie Dragon, did Gary, did you like the picture I sent you? Yes, we did. I'm sorry I didn't have the time to reply, I guess. But I will. We have so much things going on. It's really hard to like have everything up to date and respond to everyone. So I'm really sorry if I didn't respond right away, but I will. Does Gary like bloodworms? Then yes, he loves bloodworms. It's like junk food for them, but it doesn't have nutrients. Hello, my pinky boy. I'm actually happy that you can see that Gary is pink. Not like before when the light was yellow. Il va pouvoir passer la porte de la ville. Bah bien sûr, il est pas aussi gros, Gary, l'autre pauvre. Yeah, he looks like fish, but he's an amphibian. Can we get more behind the scenes stuff? Room reveals or something. So we already have a behind the scenes channel for people who are like our patrons, because we do have a Patreon and we have a special channel where there is we put some behind the scene pictures. And I can hear Stitch playing Diablo 3. Yes, he is. Stitch is always playing video games when I'm doing live. So I'm gonna try to do more pictures, but it's not always Gary related. We don't really put anything too personal, I guess. Like how our house look like. Maybe one day we'll do a house tour, but it's not really the purpose of the channel right now, so we'll see. Have you done a face reveal? No, we didn't. What do you recommend feeding axolotls when full grown? So we always recommend Dendrobina worms or night crawlers. Like night crawlers is in the US and Dendrobina worms is in the UK. It's the same worm, but it's just not the same name. They are really good for your axolotl. They have all the nutrients. How old was Gary when you adopted him? So Gary was only 3 months old. He was so small, like really small. Like maybe 5 centimeters only. He was so small. He looked so fragile too. He was really skinny. Gary always wants more pictures of him. Yes, Gary wants more pictures of him. Cute pictures of him. Gary, what are you searching? Maybe I should feed Gary? What do you think? It's been a while since we actually feed during a live, so... Oh, Gary. Okay, I think Gary is really hungry. So I'm gonna wash my hands because I need to put my hands in the tank to feed Gary. So I'm gonna leave you with Gary's dad while I'm gonna wash my hands and arms before feeding Gary. I'm just gonna prepare his pellets first. So if you try to smell your axolotls pellets, it smells really fishy. You wouldn't like want to eat that. I'm telling you. Oh, Gary knows. Gary knows I put some pellets up ready for him already. So I'm gonna wash my hands and I leave you with Gary's dad. I will be right back. You can watch the question on the iPad.
No, don't play Roblox. I don't. I assume axolotls have blood types, same way probably everything else does.
I am back. So we're gonna try to feed Gary. Are you okay, Gary? Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna put the camera here so you can see Gary. Are you hungry, Gary? Are you hungry? You want num? Oh, you want num? Oh, you missed it. You missed it, Gary. It's okay, don't worry. No, you missed it. Gary, you're not being really good at catching your pellets today. Come on. Are you ready, Gary? You ready? Good, Gary. Good. Are you ready? Yeah? Come on. Good, Gary. Are you still chewing? No. Good. Sometimes Gary is good at catching pellets, sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he's not. It depends, but he missed 2 pellets. So Gary's chewing. So I'm sorry, when I'm feeding Gary, I can't see the comments because I'm trying to feed Gary. Oh, I'm sorry, Gary was too far. It's my fault. It's my fault. It's okay. Good, Gary. So I'm gonna try to catch the pellets that I missed, that Gary missed. Oh. Are you ready, Gary? Yeah? No. It was too early, Gary. It was too early. Give me this one. Give me this one. You ready, Gary? Good, Gary. So, where is the other one you didn't catch? There is one here. And one in your tail. You ready? Yeah. Good. Good, Gary. There's one here. Gary, why are you showing your bum to people? Don't show your bum. Come on, Gary. One more? Good, Gary. So Gary had all his pellets. I think it's enough. I don't remember how many I gave him. Do you know? I don't remember. Do you want the boob, Gary? But I don't think you're going to be able to see the boob because Gary is facing the other way. Do you want one more pellet, Gary? I'm going to give you one more, okay? I see that you're a bit hungry. Okay? Good, Gary. Good. Do you want the boob, Gary? Oh, yeah, you want the boob. Oh, yeah, you want the boob. Oh, you always want the boob, don't you? Gary loves the boob way too much. He always loved the boob. So I'm gonna go and wash my hands again because you always have to wash your hands before and after putting your hands in the tank. So I'm gonna leave you once again with Gary's dad and I will be right back. So I am back. So I'm gonna have to have a look at all the comments that you put because I couldn't before. So, oh hey Bedbugs, how are you doing? So Gary had the boob, he had the num num and the boob, so I think Gary is satisfied. Okay, so Gary had everything. I don't think Gary is hungry anymore. Oh, you're not, Gary. I don't think you are now. You had a lot of pellets. If you're still searching for food, Gary, I swear. You already got no. Gary had the boob already. You didn't sew. Gary got the boob today. As well as feeding. Isn't it, Gary? Yes. Yes, Gary. He wants to dig. He always wants to dig. What are you doing, Gary? What are you doing? The rock. It doesn't have an axolotl on it. I don't think so. It's just a rock. Gary, where are you going? Do not leave us. Yeah, Gary can't really go on my hand anymore. He's way too big. He could before when he was smaller, but now he's way too big for my hand. Sometimes he tries, but he can't really. He's way too big. Is it me or his house looks like a lake? So axolotls actually lives in lakes. Their natural habitats are a lake because they are in fresh water. And I wanted to keep like a natural kind of look for Gary's tank. But with the new house that we are gonna put, I think it's gonna maybe just not be the same thing anymore, but I'm still gonna try to add maybe more live plants so Gary can have his cute new house and a little garden with plants. I'm gonna think about something like that maybe. Gary, are you gonna go in your house? So every plants in Gary's tank are natural plants, live plants, and the background that you see is fake plants, but it's outside of Gary's tank. Gary is deciding if he wants to go in his house or not. He doesn't know, it seems. What if he tried to get on your arm instead? I don't know. He never did that. Maybe he could fit. Oh, I feel like some people make their axolotl tank so plain, but I think you guys did great with decorating it. Thank you so much. We didn't add a lot of things in Gary's tank, to be honest. It's really natural looking. Gary, I just really just feed you. Why are you acting like you're so hungry again? You're just a chunk. My chunky boy. You're always hungry, aren't you? But everybody knows already that you are not underfeed because you are so chunky. You can't fool anyone. Gary. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, no, no. No eating sand, Gary, okay? He looked like a strawberry because he's so pink. He's extra spicy. Why? Why is Gary spicy? Gary. What do baby axolotl look like? They are really cute. It's just a tiny version of Gary. A small Gary. Really small Gary. Like I have a picture just here of Gary when he was a baby with a shrimp that we got for his 1 month anniversary with us. So this is tiny baby Gary with his first month's birthday shrimp. So this is how Gary was, so small and cute. Now he's a big boy. Do axolotls sleep? Yes, they do. They do, but we don't really see it because they don't have eyelids to close their eyes. So we know when Gary sleeps when he's not moving and his gills are being more whitish, like light pink. Yeah, we always put like edit pictures of Gary to make him look even more cute. Sometimes like when I go near the tank and he's like far at the background, he always come really in front to meet me. It's really cute. He knows. Gary always know where we are. Isn't it, Gary? You know. He is really aware of what's around him and where we are and what we do. And when we interact with him, he's really responsive and he's, I think, really social. He really likes to interact with us. Like, otherwise he wouldn't be like in this side of the tank, you know, just like next to us. But Gary is always kind of here. When we are not around though, this is when he goes and dig in the corner. For some reason he loves to dig in this corner, like this special corner. You can see that there is no sand anymore because of how much he digs. This is Gary's favorite part, to dig. Gary, what are you doing? Do you have a bum massage? A bum massage. Googly eyes, Gary. I have some googly eyes somewhere, but I think they are too big for Gary. Do you think a 35-gallon tank is big enough for two? No, not at all. You have like, I think the minimum would be what Gary have, a 50-gallon. 35 is way too small for two. It would be like, I think, only enough for one axolotl, the 35. I think Gary is resting now that he got the nom nom and the boop. Or maybe he's digging because he also loves to dig in his house. Oh hello! Oh hello! Welcome back, Gary. You didn't went too long in your house. Do you know Siren Head? No, I don't. How long have you had Gary? So we had Gary for now more than 2 years. I think 2 years and 4 or 5 months, something like that. I really like that we fixed the light and that you can see his pink color. It's so cute now.
Yeah, it wasn't 100% clear that
Yeah.
the different buttons were different colours because look, this is the remote. None of them are colours, they're all numbers.
Did you catch him or did you buy him?
You can't catch them.
Yeah,
They're not really in the wild at all.
So we didn't catch Gary because you can't really catch axolotls. They are only in one lake in Mexico. So every axolotls that you see in the pet trade are breeded. They're just like always in the pet shop industry. They are never from the wild. Never, never. Gary is interested in the bubbles now. What are you doing, Gary? What are you doing? What are you trying to do? Are you resting now? Or are you digesting your pellets? Why can't they be in the wild? Because their natural habitat is really heavily polluted, so that's why there are not a lot left in the wild, and we can't put them back because if we do they're just gonna die. So what they need to do is depollute the lake before actually putting axolotls back. I know that there is a lot of programs going on there to help, like keeping the species and everything in Mexico, but I don't know if I don't know what's done for depolluting the lake. I do not know, and it's actually really hard to get info about this. Like I try to search like so much, but there is not a lot of information you can get, especially when you are not from there. Yeah, so Gary really likes the bubbles. It doesn't bother him at all. He just goes in them, he relax on them, he would eat them sometimes too. But I know some other axolotls don't like the bubbles at all. So it really depends on what your axolotl like. If they like them, then it's, I think, good, because you always need them for surface movement. Because Gary's tank is so big and there is just one spot where there is surface movement, which is where there is the filter. So if we didn't have the bubbler, there would be this kind of white slime covering the surface, and I hate it. So you always have to put a bubbler to break the surface, not to have this kind of coat on top of your tank. What are you doing, Gary? Are you still searching for food? I hope not. I hope not, Gary. Gary always smiles. I'm hoping to see him yawn. So yeah, Gary, I think yawned in 2 different lives. So we were really lucky when this happened. But he didn't did it recently, so I don't know. Did Gary eat the white slime? No, he doesn't. It's just really ugly looking. I don't like it. Gary has a baby? What do you mean? What are you doing, Gary? What are you doing? Oh, I always have to follow Gary wherever he goes. So I have another video that I will be posting, I think next week. It's gonna be a time lapse of us doing a water change for Gary. So I squeezed 1 hour and 10 minutes into only 6 minutes. So it's going really fast, but you're gonna like see how Gary is behaving when we do water change. He's just being cute, to be honest. He's not scared or anything like that. How much did Gary cost? So Gary by himself, he was just only 14 pounds. It's not much. He doesn't cost much. Axolotls by themselves don't really cost much. Like Morph like Gary or Wild Morph doesn't cost a lot. It's just that you have to keep in mind that if you want an axolotl, the price for an axolotl is cheap, but the setting, the whole setting for an axolotl costs a lot, like really a lot. If you don't have at least 1,000 ready for your axolotl, just don't buy it, because you're gonna struggle keeping the temperatures down, cycling your tank. Like, it's too much struggle. So if you want an axolotl, save first to reach this 1,000 pound, and then you can have your axolotl. Oh, you gotta get food, Vider. Thank you for showing up today. And bon appetit. I didn't know how to say it in English anymore. Enjoy your meal, yes. What does Gary look like in the fourth dimension? I don't know what you mean by that. Gary, you don't need to stand. It's not good. Yeah, it's not good. When Gary eats the sand, then he's just like spitting out every single bit of it. He doesn't like it, but he still does it. Why are you doing that, Gary? You know that sand is not good, and you had pellets. Everybody saw you had pellets today. Is Gary a boy? Yes. He keeps eating it. Yes. But it's how axolotls are. Like, it really shows you that axolotls are going to eat anything that can fit in their mouths. Anything. And that's why you don't want to have any gravels in your tank or pebbles. Isn't it Gary? Gary? No. Gary? No. Gary, look up. Yes. Why did you name Gary Gary? It's just Gary's dad choosing this name for Gary. It was really random. When we went out of the pet shop, Gary's dad said that Gary looks like a Gary, and that's how he got his name. It's really, I don't know, random. Is Gary's eyes or a pigment spot? What does that mean? Is Gary's eye or a pigment spot? I don't know.
Don't know what you mean.
I do not know. What do you mean by pigment spot? Gary, the sun is not yummy. Don't eat it, please. So Gary's eye color are black, but the inner eye is like translucent. I don't think I'm gonna try to show you, but I am not sure. Yeah, you can see that around his eyes it's all black, but the inner is kind of translucent. I don't think I can. It's like that. I can't do better. The inner eye is where his power comes from. Oh, Gary, where are you going? Gary, come back! So hard to follow Gary sometimes. Can you please give Gary a snack? He has been a good boy, but we already fed Gary today. I can't give him too much. He's already so chunky. Gary wants to eat finger. Maybe Gary's dad finger. Gary, where are you going? Gary is so active. He's not really. Like, he's really chill right now. He's not really active. Woo! I'm gonna try to go here. Sorry. There's the Gary's house behind here, so. I like the light way better now. It's so much better than the yellow light we had before. I don't know why I never changed the color of this light. Does Gary get lonely? I don't really know. We are always, like, there is always someone here in this room. So I don't think Gary gets really lonely. But we're still gonna try to find Gary a brother when we can go out again. You know that in like the UK we are on lockdown until the 21st of June, so we can't really travel. So that's why we can't really have a brother for Gary. We just have to be patient. Oh, hello Morty. You were cleaning your tank. I don't know why, like, we don't have... It's not us who are putting you in timeout. It's YouTube, and I don't know why they do that. Oh, Gary, you're way too quick. It's so hard for me to, like, try to read. Oh my god. Gary, giving me a hard time. Okay, I'm gonna try to read now. I don't even have time to read all the comments and follow Gary, so I don't have the time to put anyone in timeout. Really. Oh, Gary's eyes are regular. Pigment spots are sensitive to light. Gary. Gary absorbs all the comments with his knowing stare. Yes, he likes the bubbles. He likes to have bubble bath. Hello, Gary. He absorbs as he's amphibian. It's kind of true. Gary, I can't do that. You're making it really hard for me. Oh my god. You are giving me a hard time, Gary. So hard. Ah. Yeah, Gary likes palette books and bubbles. Gary. Oh my god, what did you do with your hand? Epic battle of the century, Gary the Axolotl versus Gary the Snail. I don't know who would win. Gary's. So I don't think Gary has pigment spots because he wouldn't be able to see me otherwise and make the difference between me and Gary's dad. So I think he just have normal eyes. Does he bite? Yes, Gary can bite if he wants to, but he doesn't have teeth, so it doesn't hurt at all. No, axolotls don't have teeth. That's why when he bites, it doesn't hurt. How much did he cost you? I would like to get an axolotl in the future. So Gary, like I said, Gary by himself doesn't cost much. He was around £14, but it's the whole setup around Gary that costs a lot, and you can't really like cut down your budget. Gary's setup cost us around £1,000. So if you don't have £1,000 to spend on your axolotl, just don't get one, because if you don't, and if you don't put the price in everything you get, because axolotls are really hard to keep and maintain at their temperature and water quality and everything, you won't be able to like live a happy life. So just make sure you have enough to make your axolotl happy. Watching Gary live is like watching Animal Planet's River Monsters and Too Cute mixed into one show. Yeah, it's true. It's never said what type of snail Gary the snail is. Yeah, sometimes Gary does that. He wiggles his tail. It's really cute to watch. I know. Like we need to actually find a good design for Gary plushie, and we need to find actually someone to make the plushie. So there is a lot to think about. So what did you say? I already have a tank and some equipment because I already have some turtles, so maybe I could keep all of that even when I may not use it. Oh yeah. So because there is a lot of requirements specific to axolotls, and axolotls are species only, so you can't really mix anything with axolotls in their tank. It's just axolotls with axolotls. And depending on your turtle, I don't know if like maybe you could boost a bit your cycling, but that's all, because I don't think you already have a chiller or something like that, and you really need a chiller when you have an axolotl. It's the thing that costs like a lot. It's around 300 pounds here, so what does Gary do most often? Just chilling, to be honest. Just going left, right is his thing. As you can see now in the in the stream, he likes to walk a lot. That's why I wanted to have a really big tank for Gary, because I know that he likes to walk. How you doing, Gary? You want more London? No? You good? What kind of worms does Gary like? So Gary eats Dendrobina worms. It's the name in the UK, but in the US it's night crawlers. Are you done walking, Gary? I can't follow you. You're way too active for me now. You're way too active today. For some reason. Where are you going? Where are you going, Gary? Yeah, axolotls are species only, so don't put anything else than axolotls in the tank of an axolotl. No fish, nothing. No snail, nothing. Gary, you are way too quick for me today. I can't look and read the comment and follow you at the same time. He's showing off his 24 packs abs. That is so true. No, I will never sell Gary. It's nothing. Gary's life is more precious. Even for a million, I wouldn't sell Gary, so Gary is my precious baby. Gary, no eating sand. Up. Good, Gary. Good. Yeah, good, Gary. You're good, Gary. I like how he rests his face on the glass. It's so cute. Gary. 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 Oh no, Gary's moving fast again. Gary, come back. Come back, Gary. Gary's amphibian happiness incarnate. Oh no, Gary, you. Oh my god, I can't. I don't have time to read the chat. Ah, Gary. Does Gary think mayonnaise is an instrument? I don't think so. Oh my god, Gary! I can't. Okay, Gary is not letting me, like. He is not letting me read the comment section. I cannot. Gary seems camera shy. He just want to like do his gym because he have his dinner. Hello, Gary. Look at this cute face. Oh my god, you're running again. Gary, you're way too active for me today. I can't follow you and the chat at the same time. Ah, Gary. Does Gary like potatoes? Gary can't have potatoes. Yeah, he's really active today for some reason. Gary, can you stop a bit? Yeah, wait, stop. Yeah, he's really active for some reason. Maybe I shouldn't have give you food, Gary. You're way too active now. Are you done? Can I read the chat now, Gary? Or you gonna let me? Does Gary think I have an axolotl in my dream tonight? Maybe. maybe Gary is gonna wish for it too, so maybe you will have an axolotl in your dream. What foods harm axolotls, I wonder? So axolotls are carnivore, but he can't really digest meat like chicken or beef. He doesn't have the stomach to digest it, so that's why worms are the best diet for them. So as he is a carnivore, he can't have anything like fruits or veggies or bread or anything like that. He can't. It wouldn't be good for him. Oh, thank you, Taco. And he left a taco message. Thank you so much, Taco. Does he eat bloodworms? Yes, Gary can eat bloodworms, but bloodworms doesn't have a lot of nutrients, so that's why they are only snacks. Can they eat fruits? No, they can't eat fruits. No, they can't have any fruits or things like that. Their stomach is not gonna handle fruits or things like that. Gary, oh, you're going again. I noticed you electric gaming. I'm not ready for having a human baby for now. Just Gary is fine for me. Oh, Gary. It's really hard today. Gary is not letting me. Like, look at the chat and the following Gary. It's really hard today. For some reason, Gary's really active. Yes, a human baby. How long can axolotl live out of water? They cannot live out of the water. They are gonna die. So don't put your axolotl out of the water. Does Gary sing opera? No, he doesn't. Why did you call him Gary? It's because Gary's dad just gave him this name. When we went out of the pet shop, Gary's dad just said he looks like a Gary, and that's why his name is Gary now. Does axolotl lay eggs? They do. 100 of them at once. Does Gary yawn a lot? Not a lot, but I think he does it every day, but not a lot. Axolotl fat, they were super cute. That is true. No, I wouldn't give Gary for anything. Yes, we are still streaming, even though it's been 1 hour and 20 minutes. Gary's looking at my credit card number. I don't think Gary is doing that. How can you define the gender of an axolotl? So you have to look at Gary's bum or any axolotl's bum. If they have a large bulge, it means it's a boy, and if it's a short one, it means it's a girl. And actually, female axolotls are chunkier than male. So if you think Gary is chunky, just go look at a female axolotl and you're gonna see what chunky really is. I like pancake. Does Gary like pancake? I think if Gary could eat pancake, he would like it, but he can't, so it's okay. I will like pancake for him. It's been really hard with the coronavirus thing because, as you know, I'm French, but I live in the UK. But we are on lockdown, so I can't even go see my family. I haven't been seeing my family for more than a year now, so it's beginning to be really hard for me. What if it's a skinny female? That doesn't exist. I'm telling you that doesn't exist, or it's not well fed. So if they are taken out of the water, they are not gonna instantly die, but it's gonna be really stressful for them as they can't really breathe and everything is gonna hurt them. They are really not meant to be out of the water. Yeah, a skinny female axolotl is not a healthy female axolotl. They have to be chunkier. Yeah, he's vibing. Gary's vibing. Hi, Tiny Red Fox. Now Gary is back to digging. This is what he does, and this is how he remove all the sand from this corner. You can see him in action right now. Why are you stopping, Gary? Yes, Gary likes to look at his reflection. Maybe he thinks it's another axolotl. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what he thinks. Or maybe he's just really... he finds him really handsome, maybe. I don't know. I call him the master of digging sometimes because he digs so much. Mm. It's okay, Robin. We like to spend time with Gary's subscribers or friends. So this is what Gary does a lot of the time. He's just digging, looking at himself, removing all the sand from his corner. Gary has stopped. Gary, are you broken? Gary, are you broken? Does he sleep in the corner? No, he doesn't sleep in this corner. He would sleep looking at us most of the time. Yeah, that's a good description of axolotls. Especially Gary. Gary, are you showing your butt now? What are you doing? Gary, no. I don't really like when he's going next to the filter thingy because he like to stuck his fingers in the filter for some reason. I get to see his tail. Oh, oh, hello, Gary. Hello. I'm making you come back here. Okay, you can do that. You can. Come on. Come on, Gary. Come on. No, he's so cute. He's so cute, Gary. What is it? What is it, Gary? He likes to explore his tank. Like I usually put the plants on the filter so he doesn't get it, but as you can see he just removed the plants completely from where I put it, so Gary is a pain sometimes. He likes to make sure there are no forgotten pellets laying around. This is like, we never really put pellets on the floor and let him eat them. I just only hand feed Gary, so I know that there is nothing left. Just because I don't like, Gary doesn't like anyway when the food is on the ground. He's not gonna take it, so I always have to hand feed him.
I don't think he would even. I don't think he even knows it's there.
I don't know, but Gary is kind of picky.
Because like he senses things with movement. So that's why you drop the pellets.
Mm.
And that's why you have to like kind of feed him that way with like, if you have to blanch your worm and it's dead and it's all staying still, he'll only know it's there when it's falling, like when it's moving. Because if you have a live worm and it's in the tank and it's wriggling and whatnot, he'll know it's there and he'll go to it. But if it's like a pellet or something on the sand, he won't notice it. He won't know.
He's gonna sniff it though. Those pellets smell. He can sniff them.
I've never seen him take one off from the sand.
I never really let Gary take anything from the sand because I don't like the idea of Gary eating the sand. So that's why I'm hand feeding Gary too. Yes, he's like a water T-Rex. Yeah, baby axolotl don't have legs. When they're born, they're just like a head and tail. Head, tummy, tail. That's it. And then you have the front legs developing. And then you have the tiny back legs developing. It's really cute. What are you looking at, Gary? You're looking at the camera. Are you looking at the camera, Gary? Yeah? Oh. You called me a watery T-Rex? Okay, so it's been 1 hour and 32 minutes. What is Gary's favorite thing to do? I think Gary's favorite thing to do is just walking around his tank and chilling, to be honest.
One of these days we're gonna do a live at like 3 a.m. and you'll see just how active he is.
Like when you saw Gary going left and right and me not catching up with him, it's nothing compared to when it's like 3 a.m. and he's walking around. He's really, really faster.
We're gonna have to do a wide angle because you're not gonna be able to do anything going left and right with the camera constantly.
Yeah. Maybe one day we're gonna do a really late live. So if you catch the live at this hour, maybe you will be lucky and you will catch this live. But if you don't, it's okay because there is always the replay. So but yeah, at around 3 a.m. Gary is really way more active than you can see in any of the live we do. I'll be still at 1 a.m. It's okay, you don't really have to be there. I don't think we are going to plan this like except if there is people from other countries that are awake at this hour. But we're gonna try to do that and catch it on the live, and for people who can't be there, it's okay, that will be the replay. But you will see how Gary is really, really active at night time. Okay, so I think it is time to end this live. It's been more than an hour and a half. So don't forget that you will have a new video coming up next Saturday and a live next Sunday. So I hope you will be looking forward to this. Thank you everyone for coming today and chilling with us. I hope you enjoyed the live. And until next Sunday, stay cute. Bye bye. Say bye, Gary. Say bye, Gary. Gary doesn't care. Gary. Okay, bye.